Hey, this is Rudy Mendez, aka Live Bandit. Today's video is going to be just a little different. I am actually going to be crocheting, which I use as part of my recovery from alcohol, along with recovery from my back surgery. While I take my hiatus from doing triathlons, so like my swimming, biking, running time, I crochet. I threw out a little challenge earlier this week about what I was making when I started this blue beanie. It was a circle about this big around. And my buddy Chad Mandry guessed right. It is going to be a Captain America beanie. And he is the winner of a nose warmer. So I am going to be making him one. And of course it's Christmas time. So he's going to be getting a red one to be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer to kind of go with his blue Santa outfit. Stay tuned and the instructions begin now. Alright, so now we've come to the instruction part on how to make a nose warmer, or a nose beanie as I like to call them. I am using a 7-ounce yarn with a 5mm hook. You're going to need about 10 yards of that yarn, and today we're going to make it in red because Chad Mandry won a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer nose beanie. So, to start off, some people like to use a magic ring. I don't know how to do that, so I just tie a loop in. So wrap it around your fingers, you bring it through here, and you pull on the little pigtail, okay? Now you have a pigtail, a loop, and the rest of the 10 yards of yarn going that direction, all right? So in order to do that, you put your needle through, or your hook through the loop, you pull on the long part of the string, make that tight around the needle, okay? You're going to chain two. Chain two meaning you're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, all right? That is about as far as Brandy got earlier. I was teaching her how to crochet, and I swear I needed a swear jar in order to get through the day. I would have walked out of there a millionaire, okay? So this video is actually for Brandy so that she can help me make nose warmers. All right. So chain two, right? Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now we have chain two. We're going to do 8 half double crochets, 8 half double crochets in that first chain. Okay. Which that's one chain, that's 2 chain. So this, this is the first chain. We're going to do 8 half double crochets in there. Okay. So yarn over, this is a half double crochet, yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull out of the stitch. Now you got 3 loops on your needle, okay? You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 3 of them. That is a half double crochet. And again, yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, out of the stitch, 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay? This is the way I hold my needle. The hook part, okay, you see that little hook piece, faces me. Okay? I hold the needle in all 3 of these fingers here. I use these fingers as my grippers, my pinchers, okay? I hold the yarn in these 2, okay? You can kind of see my little pinky indent right there. So I hold my yarn in these 2, and I use these 2 as my main pinchers, and I tend to go, I flip over like that. I use this finger just to kind of maneuver the yarn around, okay? So my main pinchers are going to hold this one here while there's only 1 loop on, okay? Some people like to hold it like this. It kind of gets in the way, okay? Hold it like this. Main pinchers have the work that's being done, okay? My yarn being held like this, I'm going to yarn over, okay? Pinch back down on it with this hand, let go with this hand, go through the stitch, okay? And because the way that I'm holding my yarn, it's already poised with the yarn over, okay? Pull back out, okay? And now I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to switch back up to these pinchers. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all 3, okay? I'm going to do that a total of 8 times. Okay, so yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull out, yarn over, all 3. Yarn over, go through, yarn over, out, yarn over, all three. Yarn over, go through, yarn over, out, yarn over, all three. Yarn over, go through, yarn over, out, yarn over, all three. Okay, I need 8 of those. And you see how my pigtail's kind of getting wrapped up in this piece? Don't worry about that. I tend to do that just because I cut off my pigtail pretty short, and so that keeps it tucked in there. What you can do later on after we're done is stitch it through some of these threadings, okay, or some of these stitches, so that it just kind of gets lost in the mix. All right, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now I've got 8 stitches, right? I'm going to go through that very first stitch. You see it right there? That very first stitch, I'm not going to yarn over. There's nothing. There's just that one loop. I'm going to push the needle through. I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to pull the needle out. And I'm going to pull it through that other loop. No yarn overs except for on the back side over here. Okay, so let's do that one again. Okay, and this is called a slip stitch. So you're going to slip stitch into that ring closed. So one loop, go through the top of that stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through again. Okay, you should have a total of 8 stitches, not including this one that the stitch is in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that is 8 half double crochets in the first chain of the chain 2. Okay, now we are going to do 2 half double crochets in each of these 8 stitches. So right now I got 8 stitches. After I'm done with round 2, which is 2 half double crochets in each of these 8 stitches, I want to have 16 total stitches. So chain 1, right, because we got to start off at the right height for a half double crochet. So chain 1, over, through, over, through, over, all 3. Okay, see, and this is the trouble I run into because my stitches are really tight. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull out, yarn over, all 3. Yarn over, that's 2 in that one stitch. That's 2 in that one stitch. Now I'm going to go 2 in the next stitch. So yarn over, go through, yarn over, out, yarn over, all 3. That's 1 in that second stitch. Yarn over, in that same stitch. You see how it's kind of a little bit wider of a hole? Because I've already got a stitch in there. I've got a half double crochet pulling that open a little bit more. Okay, so yarn over, go through, yarn over, out, yarn over, all 3. Now that is a total of 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 2 initial stitches, I've created 4 because I've got two half double crochets in each of those first stitches. Okay, the first round of stitches. So now I'm going to continue this. Okay, over, through, all 3, over. Oops, I almost messed up. Over, through, over, all 3. Over, through, over, all 3. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of jamming out. I've got Nothing More in the background. Their latest album, The Stories We Tell. Great band. Some really good buddies of mine playing some really good music. And so my voice will inflect, and so my hands will start to jam out a little bit. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I've got 4 more stitches. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4 more stitches, because this one right here, that's that first chain 1. I don't count that, and I don't go into that one. I'm going to end up going into this one right here. It's a little harder to see because it's a half double crochet and the stitches are kind of low. Okay, but in the end, you're going to want 16 stitches around this ring. Okay, so over, through, over, back out, over, all 3. Over, through, over, out, over, all 3. Over, through, over, out, over, all three. 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 Okay? Now, you see how this stitch looks a little funny, like this is kind of coming out of it, but yet it's going up. And if you look on the back side, okay, it looks a little on the funnier side too, because it's got that big, like that big hole compared to these other stitches over here, okay? And that's because that's our chain one, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oops, I did miss one. So yeah, you got to go right there. My bad. So see, that's why I count, because I don't know how to do this. I was a math major, but we know how that went. 1, 2. Okay, now we're at 16. You see how we're still kind of far apart? You go back in the top of that stitch, loop, yarn over, pull through, pull out, okay? Or pull through again. Now we're going to have 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. We're going to chain one, okay? Now, this is round number 3, okay? Round number 3 is going to be a little different. We're going to chain 2, half double crochet 2 in that first stitch, and then we're going to do a half double crochet in that stitch. And then we're going to do 2 half double crochets, 1 half double crochet, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around. All right? And what that's going to do is that's going to make a total of 24 stitches. So we're going to chain 1, which we already did. And again, we're going to do 2 half double crochets in that first stitch. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Okay, so that's 2 in that one. And now we're going to go 1 half double crochet in that second stitch. Okay, so in a total of 2 stitches, we now have 3 total stitches. So in 2 from the first round, or from the second round, in this third round, now we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, because we're going to go 2, right? 1, 2. Okay, so 2 in a stitch, and then 1 in a stitch. Okay, and again, we're doing half double crochets, which a half double crochet is yarn over, in, yarn over, out, yarn over, all 3. Yarn over, in, yarn over, out, yarn over, all 3. Okay, and I get lost sometimes, so that's 2. So now we're going to do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. All right, so I'm going to continue this right here, but remember this pattern for the third round is 2 half double crochets in one stitch, then the next stitch is 1 half double crochet, and then 2, then 1, then 2, then 1, then 2, then 1. You're going to end up with a total of 24 stitches around round 3, okay? So I'm going to speed up and catch up to me in a minute. Hey, hon. Okay, so now that I'm back to the end of round 3, okay, let me try and get my stitches out of there. You see how that funky one is with that first chain coming out of there? We're going to chain, yarn over, go in, yarn over, out, yarn over, all 3. That is the last of our chains or our stitches around round 3. Okay, and again, round 3 is 2 stitches in 1 stitch, 2 half double crochets in one, 1 in 1 half double crochet in another. Okay, it goes 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 all the way around. That way you end up with 24 half double crochet stitches. Okay, to round it out, we're going to do another slip stitch. Okay, you see that first chain? We're not going to do it in that one. We're going to go in the top of this one here. Okay, that first stitch. So you have 1 loop on, you put your needle through, yarn over, pull your needle out. Okay, now you got 2 loops on. You're going to pull that first loop through that second loop. Okay, and now you have a chain. All right, so that right there is 24 stitches. If we count them, it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 and 24. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to do a chain 1. Okay, again, remember that's how we start off every half double crochet loop. Okay, it's chain 1. And then you're going to half double crochet in each one of those stitches. So you're going to do another 24 half double crochets. So we're going to do 24 half double crochets. All right, so yarn over, in, yarn over, out, yarn over, all 3, yarn over, in, yarn over, out, yarn over, all 3, yarn over, in, yarn over, out, yarn over, all 3. Okay, now remember, I'm only doing 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward on this round. Okay, there's no math that you got to do. You just got to make sure that you hit every single stitch. So I want to say that I'm going to take this time to do a little commercial break about Try for Recovery. It has been going great as far as my recovery. I am about 23 and a half months sober now. 23 months and 1 week sober now. And I've been utilizing triathlons and a lot of exercising in order to stay sober. I've been leaning on my higher power along with utilizing the tools that are in my toolbox. And this is one of my new tools that I use is crocheting so that I can stay sane and sober. Every morning I wake up, I thank God for another day to be alive, and I ask God, please guide me in my words, thoughts, and actions so that I may stay sober today. Now, if you don't deal with sobriety issues, you can just ask God to keep you sane today, okay, or blessed today. But God, please guide me in my words, thoughts, and actions so that I may stay sane, sober, addiction-free, alive today. Okay, but as we're coming to the end of this round, I want to say thank you to everybody who's helped me along in my sobriety and in my recovery process for my back surgery. It's been a blast. I've had my downs. I've had some ups, but I've had my downs just because I do suffer from bipolar depressive disorder, and getting into my own shit is a tough cookie to swallow, especially since I have been stuck at home and not able to do my normal exercises. Okay, so enough of that. All I got to say is thank you, everybody. Try for Recovery is going along strong. I'm going along strong. Try for Recovery is coming along. I'm in the middle of writing a book, so be on the lookout for that in the next few months. So I've come to the end. Okay, I've got one more stitch. It's that funky looking one, right? So yarn over, in, yarn over, out, yarn over, all 3. Okay, and again, we got that 1 chain. Okay, not 2 chain, but that 1 chain. We're going to go through the stitch right above it. All right. So go through, yarn over, out, 2 loops, you're going to pull that first loop through that second loop. Okay, that is the end of the main part of our nose beanie. Okay, now comes the fun part. Here's a lot of counting, so I'm going to only do this. I'm only going to count and then I'm going to fast forward, okay? Or I'm going to pause and then you'll see the end part. But we're going to chain 50. Chain 50, okay? We're going to chain 50. A lot of counting, so don't get lost. And if you do, then there's an easy way to count those chains, okay? So we're going to chain 50, okay? And what a chain is, you got loop right there, yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through 50 times, okay? See, I already lost count. And this is where I had a lot of fun with Brandy because she was counting to like 4, and then I would say 7, and she would get lost. And then I was talking, and then I would just end up getting lost. So I've already lost count, and I'm just going to continue to chain until I think I'm close to 50, and then I'm going to count them. But had a blast today teaching Brandy how to crochet. Brandy is one of my MS Rockstar buddies who also is living with rheumatoid arthritis. She has been kicking some tail lately, even though the 2 nasty diseases have been kicking her tail. So I've got quite a few more stitches to go. And I don't like fast forwarding and all that, only because, or I'm sorry, editing out a lot of this time, because this gives you time to catch up to me or to review, rewind, go get a drink, go pee, whatever you need to do, right? Okay, so I'm kind of close to 50, okay? This is what it looks like, okay? I leave my needle in there so that I don't pull any stitches out, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I tend to just count in tens. That way I can, if I lose count, I can go back over. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Oops. See, I already lost count. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. You'd think I have made a couple of these to where I know how long 50 looks. Okay, I've made it in the red yarn, so okay. Now we are going to loop this chain 50 back to the nose warmer so that it makes an ear loop like this guy right there. Okay, so this is what we're making right now. All right. In order to do that, you keep the loop, okay, towards the front of your hook. Okay, you find that first stitch, okay, and you bring everything on this side. All right, everything on this side of the initial chain, okay, and you push your hook through that first stitch. All right, that stitch right there with the loop on closest to the hook, you push the hook through the stitch. Now you yarn over and you pull through. Okay, now you have 2 loops on there. Okay, and we're going to do a single crochet. This is what we call a single crochet, where you have a loop on, you push through the stitch, okay, yarn over, pull through the stitch, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 of them. That is a single crochet. All right, and we're going to do a total of 11 more, which is a total of 12, including that first one that we just did. Okay, including that one. So that's 1. Oops. Sometimes this is where I get messed up and I end up doing half double crochets sometimes. So 1, 2, again, single crochet is 1 loop, stitch in, yarn over, stitch out, yarn over, pull through both of those loops. Okay, see, that's where I messed up again. So yarn, loop, stitch, yarn over, stitch, yarn over through the 2 loops. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, 8. All right, so I got an even number right there. So again, single crochet, a total of 12 stitches. Single crochet is 1 loop there. The stitch right there, you're going to go through the stitch. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull out of the stitch. Now you got 2 loops. You're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull out of those 2 loops. Okay, that is a single crochet. That's 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, this is the fun part again. We get a chain 50 one more time. This is the opposite of the nose loops. Okay, so we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is where you can have fun and you can teach your kids how to count. All the way up to 50 at least, right? So I don't really have much else to say during this moment other than I've been crocheting some socks. I crocheted a squid face mask. You can see that in the previous video. I've made a ton of beanies. I'm making a ton of nose beanies, and I've just been having fun with my crochet, which has been helping me relax and keep up with keep my anxiety down. So I want to say thank you again to everybody who's been supportive of both my recoveries, 1 from alcohol and then 2 from my back surgery, where I had my L3 to S1 fused. All right, so I'm getting close to 50. I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to count. All right, so again, the way that I count is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's how everybody counts, right? But I put my finger on the 10th one, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 10. Sorry. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I hold the 20th one, so I count in 10 so that I know where to go, okay? So it's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Oh man, I was closer this time. Okay, so 1. And again, I've got the chain 50 right here. I've got my yarn over here. I'm going to put the loop closest to the hook, right? So almost falling off the hook, but not quite because it's being caught. Okay. I'm going to take the nose beanie. I'm going to find that first stitch right there, okay, right there. And I'm going to put everything on this side of the, where the chain 50 attaches to the nose beanie. And I'm going to do a single crochet in that first stitch. So I'm going to go in, yarn over, out, yarn over, out, okay? So again, we're going to do that all the way until we link back up, so there's no need to even count this time, okay? So a single crochet is 1 loop, go through the stitch, yarn over, pull out of the stitch, yarn over, pull through both of those loops. So yarn, 1 loop, through the stitch, yarn over, out of the stitch, yarn over, through both loops, okay? And you're going to do that until you get back to that first chain 50. And I want to apologize if my arms keep on drifting towards this direction. My camera's in front of me, and oops, see this. So this is what you don't want to do. I ended up with a total of 4 loops on there. I don't know how the hell I did that, but I yarned over, and I started a half double crochet. And I tend to do that when I start talking and not paying attention. I start going with the half double crochet because that's what I use a lot when I make my beanies. is the half double crochet because I like that tighter stitch. I like the tighter weave. Yes, it takes longer, but let me do that one. It takes longer, but I just like the look of it better. It's sleeker. Okay, so I'm at the end. This is where that chain 50, the original chain 50 started. There's that one funky looking stitch right there that looks kind of like a triangle. Okay, I'm going to single crochet in there. Okay, now I'm going to slip stitch over to the center part right here. Okay, slip stitch, remember, is one loop, you go through, okay, and I like to put my yarn on the front side of the chain 50 over here. Okay, I'm going to pull that yarn through, and I'm going to pull that yarn through again through that loop. Okay, and then now I'm going to end it with another slip stitch. So I'm going to go into that that stitch right there. I'm going to go through, yarn over, through, and then through that loop again. Okay, and then this is the end of the line, or the end of the yarn, right? I'm going to cut right there, and now that I have this loop, right, I'm going to pull it all the way through. Okay, so now I've got the pigtail, and I just tighten that up real tight. All right, and I like doing safe measures. I'm a little on the overkill side when it comes to this. I'm only going to do it once more though. Okay, sometimes I do it 4, 10 times. It just depends on how I'm feeling that day. So I've got a little pigtail. I'm going to kind of yarn over as best as I can. I'm going to pull through that stitch. I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to pull the whole pigtail out. Okay, so now what I do is, with that original pigtail from the first loop, right, when we first started, on that side I face that to me. I go in through any of these stitches here from the front. I go through the back to the back and then back out. Okay, so I've got like a little bit of a stitch right there. I yarn over and I pull through underneath that stitch, and I do that a couple of times. Okay, and you can choose whatever stitches you want. You can put that in, it doesn't matter. Some people cut them off right away. I don't. I want to make sure that whoever I give these to doesn't come back at me saying, man, it fell apart and my nose froze and fell off. Okay. When I wrap up, I go down one lane and then I come back on itself so that it just kind of like ties itself in a knot almost. And that's kind of where I'm at. Oops. That's where I'm at. I pull it tight because it'll bring the rest of that yarn out. So if it does stretch out, I take my scissors, cut it, take my scissors, cut it. Okay. Now that piece right there, that like original pigtail, that's the inside. Okay. So flip it around. And now you got yourself a nose warmer. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. That's it. This is Live Bandit, and I'm out. I hope you found this video a little entertaining, little informative. Hopefully you can crochet some nose beanies yourself. Post up some pictures if you did, or if you want any, shoot me an email at rhtb78@gmail.com, rhtb78@gmail.com. Okay, it's posted right here, and again, rhtb78@gmail.com. Okay, send me your orders, all the benefits. I don't charge anything other than donations. All of the monies go to the National MS Society, and that is my main program that I do fundraise for. So have fun with your crocheting. Hopefully it helps out with your anxiety and depression. This is Live Bandit, and I'm out.